he is a by-the-book guy. And in fact, I've talked to former FBI people, and he has very high level of credibility.
Since working on the Intelligence Committee with former FBI Director James Comey, Senator Angus King has said he certainly hasn't always seen eye to eye with him, but he can attest to his credibility because he says he's gotten to work with him closely.
But that doesn't mean there isn't another side to the story.
He says what needs to happen now is to hear not only from Comey, but from the president.
I think the White House has to come forward with what evidence it has to rebut the statements made in the memo.
Senator King making his thoughts on impeachment known earlier, but saying we cannot get ahead of ourselves before the facts of the matter. Allegations of the president obstructing justice have been revealed.
The indication of the president asking the head of the FBI to cut short an investigation of one of his people is a very, very serious matter.
And that's exactly the right thing for a member of the U.S. Senate, I think, to be doing.
University of Southern Maine Associate Professor of Political Science Ron Schmidt.
I think Senator King is exactly right that Congress and the FBI need to take aggressive action now to find out whether there's merit in what former Director Comey has said.
But he says when it comes to impeachment, it would take a majority of members of the House to consider Trump acted in violation of the Constitution and doubts that would happen under these circumstances.
I would just caution people to not assume that impeachment is going to follow immediately, because it's not like a situation where a district attorney can bring charges and then the system of justice begins moving. It's a political case that requires political judgment.
Meantime, Senator Collins believes the allegations made in the New York Times are serious and warrant further investigation. In order to assess these allegations, it is going to be necessary to see the actual memo and to hear from Mr. Comey directly so that he can give context to the conversation. When I spoke with Schmidt earlier, he said a president has never been stripped of office after being impeached. Two presidents, Johnson and Clinton, were impeached by the House but cleared through the Senate. Senator King also said he feels Comey will publicly testify soon. Live in the studio tonight, Morgan Sturdivant, WMTW News 8.